What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing another vacuum comparison video. This time I thought I would do it between my two Panasonics. The first is my Panasonic JetFlow model MC-6225. I really love this machine. One small little update I did to this, I was able to find an original blue colored handle for it. For those of you who saw my review of this thing, you probably remember it had a brown handle piece. I was lucky enough to find another JetFlow to use as a donor, and luckily it had the blue handle, so I decided to swap it over. The only thing it still has is the brown bottom cord hook, but I really don't mind that part. At least it's got the blue upper handle to match the color of the machine. And right over here, I'm going to be comparing it with my Panasonic Performance Plus Platinum model MC-UG589. Both vacuums do have similarities, and then they do have their differences. And I'll go ahead and start off with the similarities here. For starters, both of them are Panasonic uprights. They both have metal bottom components. They both have brushless shut-off features, both have headlights, metal handles, and those are the first few features of similarities that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, and they both take the same bags. That's one big similarity. And a big upside, because a lot of people are skeptical buying older vacuums like this here, JetFlow, because they're worried that bags will not be as readily available as they are the newer ones. But you're in luck. These things do take the older style bags, or these older machines do take the newer bags. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you the differences between both machines. Is one, obviously the color. I really love the color of this blue on the JetFlow, and the red on the Performance Plus does look nice. But one big difference on these is where the power switch is located. As you can see, the JetFlow has the switch on the handle, and the Performance Plus does have that little rocker switch on this down on the top of the vacuum base, and the handle grip on the Performance Plus is rubber. The one on the JetFlow is plastic. But yeah, so I do like the feel of the Performance Plus a little better than the JetFlow, and then you gotta give up either a comfortable gripping handle, inconvenient spot for a power switch, or one that's more convenient but not as much comfortable of grip. So anyway, let's go ahead and show you in the bag compartments. Like I said, they both take the exact same type of bags. They're both a Type U or Type U3. And also right here is the Performance Plus's pre-motor filter. It's obviously a little bit thicker than the one used on the JetFlow. It's just a single foam filter, but both do have a sealed post-motor filter. I really don't know why they decided to do that, because eventually one of these days it'll cake up with dust, and you have to remove those two screws down there to gain access to it. I just wish they made that more readily accessible to be able to change once it gets caked up with dust. And one thing you will notice, the Performance Plus actually locks its bag door in place with excuse me, a little latch right here, and the bag door on the JetFlow just holds on by a little plastic latch. It doesn't have a little spring back in it, so it can be a little bit difficult to pop the bag door off this. But that's the way Panasonic did theirs for about a while before they moved to this method. And there's about a 20-year age difference between the two. The Performance Plus, I'm not too sure. I think it was in the mid to late 2000s, because this was the last of the older style Panasonics before they came out with the newer products that looked a lot more cheaper than this one, and before they completely discontinued their vacuum lineup, which is very sad because these were excellent products and they were a much cheaper alternative to the Ricars and the Simplicities or Maytags or even the Cirrus vacuums that you can get nowadays. And the JetFlow has this little feature, the full bag alarm. I'm not too sure why that is, but I think this is really supposed to be a suction release valve to control the flow of suction for cleaning carpets or for whatever kind of carpet you have. You could decrease the suction for cleaning surface area rugs, which most people don't touch it because on this you have the 3-speed motor right up there, in which the Performance Plus is single speed. But both do have bag checks. They're by the little spring that slides a little orange piece of plastic up to let you know that you need to change the bag. And both do have a brush roll shutoff feature, but I do like the JetFlows better because well, then again, maybe the Performance Plus, because as you pull this down to turn the brush roll off, what it does is there's a little pulley down there where it sits inside of where the belt's connected to the shaft, and as you rotate it, it grabs onto the belt and takes tension away from the shaft, and that's how your brush roll doesn't turn. And you will notice the brush roll is very stiff in place, and then when you put the brush roll back on, the pulley will roll forward and put the tension of the belt on the shaft. Whereas the JetFlow, it has a very special way that it operates. But as soon as you hit floor/tools, a belt inside, see if I can show it to you, right here is on right here, and as the brush roll is spinning, the belt slides on over to that little pulley right over here, and your brush roll will stop spinning, and it's on that pulley, so your brush roll is freewheeling for safely cleaning hard floors and stuff. And then as you switch it back to carpet, the belt slowly but surely rolls back on over to the main pulley to drive the brush roll. And that is how the clutch system on your older Panasonic JetFlows operate. It is kind of nice. Sometimes putting these metal the bottom plates back on these things can be a royal pain, because well, at least on these, because this little retainer clip that holds the brush roll in place likes to walk out sometimes. And see, both do, on the other side, have metal bottom components, metal brush rolls, metal bottom plates. You can see the same on the Performance Plus. And both do remove by those little clips right there. See right down here, this one uses a single belt, and the JetFlow uses 2 belts, a main belt right here and a little round belt connected to the brush roll. You see right there, that little piece right here that's moving. I know it's kind of dark to see, but that's the little pulley that takes tension away from the belt for if you're cleaning bare floors. Alright, and also this particular variant of the Performance Plus does have a 3-row brush roll, which is kind of nice, so you could have increased agitation. The JetFlow only has a 2-row brush roll, but at least it's still metal. They both do take the same style brush strips, although I think the JetFlow, I'm not too sure if it's missing some bristles or if that's the way these style brush strips come, but luckily on these metal brush rolls, the brush strips are replaceable. Let's go ahead and put these things back up. And you will also notice the Performance Plus does have onboard tools. The JetFlow does not. So the Performance Plus has what they call a quick draw wand. You could just pull that out and clean whatever you so desire. This one also does come with an extension wand, dusting brush, and crevice tool. Now on the JetFlow, they do have an option of tools that hooks into this little back port right here, but it's a separate hose that you have to buy, and most of the time people do end up losing these things. So onboard tools for these old JetFlows is pretty hard to come by nowadays. Anyway, yeah, yes, this little piece here is broken off, but the suction keeps it closed when the vacuum's in use, so that doesn't really bother me. Both do have a very long cord. The JetFlow's cord, I know for a fact, is replaced because they have different ends right here. So anyway, I'll go ahead and cut away, and we'll come back and show you these two cleaning performance. Oh, and another thing I just realized that's a difference between these two machines. Well, another similarity is that they both have 14-inch cleaning width, and then both have automatic carpet height adjustment. But the biggest difference between these two is that even though the JetFlow has the electronic power control, or 3-speed motor if you will, is that the Performance Plus has a 12 amp motor and the JetFlow has a 7 amp motor. So that's one big difference between these two. The JetFlow has a much smaller motor than the Performance Plus. So luckily the JetFlow is more energy efficient. So anyway, now I'll go ahead and cut away and show you these two and their cleaning performance. Alright, now for this contest I'm going to be using some stale cereal here. So first we'll go ahead and start off with the Performance Plus. Okay, That was the Performance Plus. Now we'll go ahead and do the Jet Flow. Now to keep this contest fair, I'm going to use the Jet Flow on high speed. Show you its agitation. Well, that was the comparison between both my Panasonic Jet Flow and my Performance Plus Platinum. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.